Thunder! 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 Thundercats! Ho! That's right, people. Today's the day Thundercats turns 35, and here's a TV log of it right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a very special TV log, and this time I bring to you the original Thundercats. Thundercats was an animated series that premiered in syndication 35 years ago today, originally produced by Rankin-Bass along with Telepictures before it got merged with Lorimar the following year. At least I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. But anyway. And Leisure Concept. It was based on characters created by Ted Wolfe. Now, the series for which Leonard Starr was the head writer follows the adventures of a group of cat-like humanoid aliens from the doomed planet Thundera. They manage to escape and end up on Third Earth. The animation of these episodes were provided by the Japanese studio Pacific Animation Corporation, which would later be acquired by Disney to form Walt Disney Animation Japan. Now, the series ran for 130 big episodes overall, just like He-Man did. Now, the first season actually went for 65 big episodes. The rest went on for additional 20 episodes after a not sort of 5 parts, but a movie called Thundercats Ho! The following year in 1986, and then returned in 1987 for 20 more episodes for more seasons, each starting with a 5-part story. Anyway, now, in each episode, the Thundercats, consisting of the characters right here, I'll get these out as I have the whole series. This is the first season where you're going to get to see all the characters, the main characters. Of course, we have the main leader, the young lord, Lynx-O. And next up is Cheetara, who is among one of the many great babes of 80s animation alongside Jem, She-Ra, Teela from He-Man. You know the rest of the story. Now, before I go into these, Lynx-O wields the mystic sword of omens, and it features the Eye of Thundera. When the Eye of Thundera will open up and revealing there could be danger, and then he raises swords as Sword of Omens. Give me sight beyond sight. As its crossbar curls to form eye holes, and that's what gives Lynx-O sight beyond sight. He also has the claw shield. Now, as for Cheetara, who's really fast, she has a bow staff. Well, I kind of think of it as a bow staff, but it can extend itself really big. Okay, the next ones are Panthro, who wields nunchucks, and Tigra, who wields a bolo whip, which when he uses it to wind it around himself, it'll make him invisible. Really something. And next we have the Thundercats. Wily Cat and his sister Wily Cat, and of course the little guy in the middle is the comic relief of the show, Snarf, who of course was Lionel's nursemaid when he was young. But but he still kind of serves as one to the Thundercats in ways when Lynx-O suddenly grows up after being in suspension capsules with the others in the pilot episode Exodus. Anyway, now I'm going to show these off. If you didn't see my 80s cartoon collection, here's a chance to see these. I've got the whole series in separate sets. There is a complete series set out, but here's the first season. I got this from Walmart for a pretty good price, actually. Now, and then here's the second half of the first season, which I got that along with the other 2 volumes at Hastings. This was still when they were still in business. Give me a second. Okay. Now, the other sets are just confirmed as season 2, even though there were originally 4 seasons overall. Anyway, now the other sets have really cool 3D art, as you can see. 3D cards, really cool. And here's the other half. Now, each week, in 5 days a week, of course, the Thundercats, well, fight for life on Third Earth as they have built up their new cat's lair, just like what they had on Thundera after he had blown up. And they also fight against all sorts of baddies, most notably their arch nemesis, the mutants. Those blasted mutants from planet Plundar. Now, they are on the second set of season 1. Here we have Lynx-O face off with the leader of the group, Slithe, the reptilian, who is really a meanie, especially when he says, yes? Really something. The next one has Chitara go up against the cackling Jackalman. Yes, really a character he is. And on the last one, we have Tigra go up against the Munkin. Ooh. Yes, and they're all really cool characters. And of course, especially, they've got Mumm-Ra, the ever-living, who of course you can see on the back of the second season. Don't want to show it too long. I just hope I don't get into trouble with Warner Brothers. So I apologize. Anyway, they managed to survive their crash landing, even though their elderly chief Jaga had, sacrificed himself in a way to pilot the ship. But he dies of old age in the process, but not before ensuring they will reach their destination safely by activating the robot pilot. Anyway, now also, the Thundercats meet up with various friends and other characters you would meet along the way throughout the series. Now, the ones I mostly do remember include, let's see. Well, the first ones they meet are the Robear Burbles. They're partly furred robotic bears from the planet Robear. Of course, their leader is Roberbill, and of course, and then there's Robert Bell. There's also some others, Robert Burt and Robert Bob, who they actually appear in the second season as they bring in save 3 other Thunderians who would become Thundercats, which I'll show up on the second season, the first season. We have Mumm-Ra, who's on there with Lynx-O. On the second one is Lynx-O, who's with Panthro. Now, Lynx-O unfortunately got blinded while trying to escape Thundera. And this cover with Chitara is Bengali. So now you know. I just mentioned that before I go on. Now let's see. Other they've encountered. They include the warrior maidens, including Willa and Nada. the Wollos, the Balkans, the Tabbits, the Fishmen. Oh dear, I hope I'm not getting too far into the 2011 reboot, but I'm sure I'm not. Let's see, they've just encountered many characters. Let's see, and the Snowman, this here big guy, and his cat Snow Meow. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just gonna say that whenever Lionel's in trouble, he raises the Sword of Omens and then goes like I did in my intro, thunder, 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 Thundercats, ho! And the Thundercats signal, a red beam with the Thundercats insignia appears in the sky, which is really cool. Now, here's some of the other things I do like about this show. I loved watching this. I didn't get a chance to see it as a kid. I grew up renting a video cassette with one episode of it, and I actually did have 2 books and recordings exclusively from Peter Pan Records for the first episodes, Exodus and The Unholy Alliance. Although it was changed over certain reasons, it was called The Mutant Alliance. They're actually both on YouTube. Check them out. Anyway, now another thing I liked about the show is not just its animation, its characters, also its soundtrack done by Bernard Hoffer, who was best known for doing the theme song to the McNeil Era NewsHour, better known now as the PBS NewsHour, but he actually did it back when it was the McNeil Era Report. Really something. It did lots of others as well. But however, he also did the music for other Rankin-Bass programs, including the follow-up series to this, Silverhawks, as well as the studio's last series, the comic strip. And he also did music for the original Return of the King animated feature the studio did in 1980, as well as the original Life and Adventures of Santa Claus from 1985. So, I'm just gonna say I really enjoyed the animation, the music, everything. I can do almost pretty good impressions of Thundercats sometimes, not all of them. I can do good at Panthro though. If you guys weren't as mean as you are ugly, then maybe you'd be trouble. Yeah, as he says in the first episode, Exodus. But even so, I love the original Thundercats since I've got the whole series, and I did catch it on Cartoon Network on their Toonami blog, most of it anyway. And then soon I got these. Now, also there would be toys that came out from LJN Toys before they even put out those crummy licensed video games everybody may hate on, like the AVGN, the Angry Video Game Nerd. But lots of others as well. There's also clothing, what have you. I do have a Thundercat shirt, but it's probably gotten small on me now. But it's pretty cool though. Let's see. Yeah, LJN actually produced the Thundercats action figures before the series even came out. But apparently, I think that this show is just so awesome. Let's see. I can even do Snarf as well if you don't mind me getting to impressions. Don't mention all Snarf, I know it. Snarf, Snarf. Yeah, now that's another good thing is the voice acting cast. Now, voicing these characters, there's some pretty good ones. Now we have Larry Kinney, who was best known for voicing Count Chocula, voicing Lion-O, as well as Jackalman, plus other characters, including the mutant Rataro and Tugmug, who of course was one of the other bad guys that got freed in the 5-part season 2 episode story arc, Mumm-Ra Lives. Yeah. Let's see now. I'm sorry, I gotta check my source again. Oh dear. The Lunatics. I forgot. Yeah, the Lunatics. Next, we have Earl Hyman voicing Panthro. He also voices Red Eye, another lunatic. Earl Hammond does Jaga, even though he dies in the first episode, but we do see his ghostly image appear. He also voices Mumm-Ra and the mutant Vulture Man. But he's not one of the originals, but he's just a recurring one. Yes. Now, Mumm-Ra, I think, is probably one of the most scariest villains there ever was, aside from characters like Skeletor on He-Man and Hordak on She-Ra, which they happened to come out the same year this did, and Serpentor on G.I. Joe. Incredible. You start out when you see him as the bandaged mummy with a red cloak on, but he flings out his arms and begins this horrible chant that sends shivers down your spine, maybe, if you're a first-time watcher. And says this, "Ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed form to Mumm-Ra, the ever-living..." And most of the time in the first season, we zoom in on these 4 animal head statues, which are the ancient spirits of evil. It's creepy. I sometimes when I see it. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting carried away. But let's see. Now, the rest of the voice acting cast includes Pierre Newman voicing Tigra, Wily Cat, and Bengali. He also voices the monkey in. Next, we have Lynn Lipton voicing Chitara and Wily Kit. Bob McFadden, who did the voiceover for the cult classic cartoon series Cool McCool, which I've learned that's already been my most viewed Saturday morning TV log yet. Thank you very much. He voices Snarf along with Lynx-O and his nephew Snarfer. And he also voices Slithe. And then we have Jerry Ann Raphael voicing Palmyra. Yes. Really cool. And Doug Priest, who voices certain cast members. But that's about it. But Thundercats was so big, it became a success. In 2011, Cartoon Network would do a reboot. Well, it's not too bad. Not quite as good as the original series, but it's pretty cool, though. And Larry Kinney actually returned to do voice acting work. He actually voiced, if I'm not mistaken, Lionel's dad, I think. Now, more recently, he is now lending his voice to Jaga on the brand new series, Thundercats Roar, which premiered earlier this year. Never watched it, though. That didn't quite seem too interesting to me. No offense, everyone. I'm sure a lot of y'all liked Thundercats Roar, but I think it looked a little too silly. Oh well. Anyway, the original Thundercats, I absolutely love it. The characters are absolutely great. The animation's great. The music's great. Again, I gotta give credit to Bernard Hoffer for doing such a great soundtrack. This was one of Rankin-Bass's most successful attempts. Now, for those of you who don't know what this studio, they're the company that actually brought us those Christmas specials we all know and love, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, etc., etc., etc. But anyway, the original Thundercats. If you don't have this show, I would highly recommend you get it. Okay, but anyway, it went on to spell all sorts of things. But that's about it. That's about all I can tell you. Now, let me see. Yeah, last year they actually released the complete original series on DVD after the other series had been around for some time. And the complete series set has all the special features from the four separate volumes, including music video from the Rembrandts, the group that sung the theme to Friends. They sang the theme song to that. Let's see. There's also a documentary with Bernard Hoffer. And let's see. Oh yes, Arthur Rankin Jr. revealing secrets of the show. Oh wow. And seeing fans speak out, which includes Will Wheaton, among lots of other loyal fans, give their memories. I was about to say memoirs, memories and support to this here series. So definitely, if you've never seen the original Thundercats and you've seen maybe the 2011 series or the recent Thundercats Roar, definitely see this. You will not be disappointed. Now, if you can't find these here solo sets for a reasonable price, find the complete series. If it's at a reasonable price, go for it. Alright, enough said. What do you like about the original Thundercats? Now, oh yeah, before I finish, there were lots of other characters added to the series. Oh yeah, I better show off one more. Mumm-Ra. Yeah, who was added in the second season. Mumm-Ra's pet canine. Yeah. Okay, enough. And there were many others, but there's too many to mention, though. But anyway, like I said, check the show out. So, what do you think of the original Thundercats? Is it your favorite show of the '80s? If so, then give this video a like. Like this video if you like it, and leave me a comment if you're a fan of the original Thundercats. And who's your favorite Thundercat, or who's your favorite side character, or maybe who's your favorite mutant, or whatever? Just help me, please. I'd love to hear it. Leave in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me again next time when I bring to you the third part of my Small Wonder ranking. And next time I'll have another TV log coming up of Darkwing Duck, which I'm only a step away from finishing, because I'm almost done. I finally managed to find the lost episode since it wasn't on Disney+. Okay, enough said. But thank you very much for watching. Now, if you like this, check out these other '80s tunes that I recently did TV logs of. In the upper left-hand corner is my Transformers Generation 1 TV log, which definitely could use more than one view. Thank you very much. The upper right-hand corner is my TV log of the original He-Man, the Masters of the Universe. And the bottom left-hand corner is my TV log of the original She-Ra, Princess of Power. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on TVs, movies, video games, music, then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. And until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya. Ho! Bye now.